Let's recap. I had a tenant for 12 years. The first 10 years all was well, except for that short stint she spent in jail, but I understood. We're human. Ish happens. Then March of 2020 rolled in, and the world as we knew it shut down. Everyone was ordered to stay in the house. Walmart and Target could not sell you food. Court shut down. If business wasn't deemed essential, you weren't allowed to do it. If caught, you were fined. If fined, you had to pay. These were the rules for everyone, but my tenant took it another step further. She decided she wasn't going to pay rent either. For 18 months, she stood her ground. For 18 months, I tried to reason with her. Ish didn't work. I took her to court. I won. She was evicted. And instead of leaving like a respectable adult, she flooded my ish. I cried. I laughed. I cried some more. Insurance stepped in and said it was all covered. The water damage, the vents that the tenant poured beans and mayonnaise down, the stove that she smashed up. And now we are here, the road to rehabilitate a beautiful home that was in an abusive relationship. This is the road to renovation. We're gonna learn, we're gonna grow, and we may even mess some stuff up, but hey, at least we'll be messing things up together.
Hey y'all, hey. All right guys, I just want to give y'all some updates. Things have been happening, things have been moving. And basically, the mold remediation portion of the house is done. Finito. Okay, and actually it's been done since October 27th. And what is so cute, guys, you guys know that I had to get rid of one company because they just were not. As I worked with the second company, I realized just how trash the first company was, honestly. Because even with the first company, what I had to do was keep asking for things, keep requesting things. They never, of their own volition, they never sent me anything out of their own business practices, okay? And then even with the things that I would ask for, like for instance, in the very beginning, I was like, can I get isn't there something that you give me to kind of tell me or show me or explain to me or give me an itemized list of what you will be doing, the schedule? What I'm learning right now is that would have been called a scope of work. I asked for that in the beginning. They're like, oh no, well, And I was like, okay, what about the contract? Can I have a copy of that? And then they were like, well, we don't have it here at the office. We think it's still on site. They haven't brought it back yet. I'm like, who's they? And why don't y'all have this on site? This was like maybe a few days into them working there. And so for me to get that, what I ended up doing was going back to the site, finding that the paperwork was there, like on a counter. And I took pictures of it then in the, that way. Like what? That was kind of strange. And then, even then, I was still trying to get them or somebody there to explain to me, what are the steps? What's the process? What do you do? What's being done? Something. Never did get those answers. At the end, when I was, before I let them go, I wanted to get the bill. I knew that they were sending something to the insurance, so I wanted copies of these things as well. They told me they weren't authorized to release this stuff to me. And I'm like, how are you not authorized to release this stuff to me when I am the customer? I'm the customer. And obviously I wanted this stuff so that I could see, again, what was being done, what do they claim was being done, and what are they charged for what they claim they did. And I wanted to be able to fact check, to look through it, to say, yeah, they did do this, or no, they didn't do this. Contrary to popular beliefs, like I said, I make all these videos, but even in the making of the videos, still not enough. It's still not enough. So what I want you to know is that every single day that this company was there on site working, either myself or Corinne went there at the end of the day to see what was being done. And I admit, it wasn't so much from the standpoint of checking up on them, but it was from the standpoint of being excited, wanting to get footage and documentation of progress being made. So a lot of times, especially towards the end, we didn't see much progress being made, but just know that every time that they were there, we were on site. Sometimes during because I would leave during lunch and go there. And then sometimes at the end of the day, just to get that surprise of, ooh, look what was done. Okay. I also had a neighbor who works from home who was keeping an eye on everything for me. She would send me pictures. She would let me know when they came. She would let me know when they left. She would also let me know that they just pretty much sat in their car all day and did nothing. Yeah. There were times where I would show up during the day, like lunch, like my lunch break, leaving work. And I would know that they would be out there in their car. And when I would show up, they would get out the car as if they was just coming off a break. And then they would go in the house and start working and doing things. I knew that, right? So when they tried to send that $38,000 estimate for mold remediation, that is especially when I was like, I really want to see what they charged, because they did bill about $10,000, right? And we went back and forth. I went back and forth with this company about, what did you guys do? Where's the bill? I want a copy of that. They finally sent me something after my insurance had to call them and let them and say basically they were authorized to release that stuff to me. And what they sent me turned out to be not the thing. It turned out to be smoke and mirrors. And I only found this out when I was talking to my adjuster and we were comparing some of the numbers. And I'm like, wait a minute, your numbers are totally different from the numbers that I have right here. And it's like, oh yeah, whatever they sent you, that is not what they sent in. And then he said that he would send me what they sent in, and then we're just on to the next step, the next thing. So no, we did not ever go back and compare what they billed compared to what they did, because by the time I hired the second company moved so fast that we weren't going to be able to say, this is what you guys did versus, because the second company had already went in and started working. So there wasn't going to be that hardcore proof of, y'all didn't do this because the second company did this. Or even if I did do that, it was going to be teamed too much, because by the time I did get the second bill, it was already after the second company started working. My adjuster didn't seem to sweat it, because, you know, I did discuss all of these concerns with him, and it just is what it is. So I let it go. The money's not coming out of my pocket. You know, I only have so many battles I'm willing to fight. In the meantime, with my second company, what is so cute, y'all, is that they actually sent me a certificate of completion. Like, look, I'm going to show y'all like this. Y'all see that? Look at that. So cute. They sent me a freaking certificate of completion. Like, so freaking dope. And with this certificate of completion, it actually has that their work comes with a 5-year warranty. So dope. Because my insurance, using, if I was using one of their recommended people, which is what that first company was, that came with a 3-year warranty, right? But this company actually outdid that warranty anyway with a 5-year warranty. And it says, it guarantees that the homeowner/resident agent of the above address committed to the proactive approach in remediation and preventive maintenance of mold, mildew, and airborne contaminants. This certificate assures that Parsons Restoration performs services based on CRC standards and with the highest level of integrity to achieve safe and clean air quality as outlined and agreed upon in the signed contract. Provided the environment remains the same in which it was left upon completion, Parsons Restoration has provided a 5-year warranty from the date above on all treated areas outlined, agreed upon, and signed contract. And then it has their stuff. All of this stuff. So that is pretty dope. What I'm so happy about with this is because I feel like I did a great job staying on top of things and asking all the questions and just really wanting to ensure that work was getting done. I feel really good because I do know that, and I could feel that with some of the people who wanted to come in and buy the house and restore it for, you know, to resell. I don't think that they were going to do all of these things, honestly. Like, I know one company said that it was going to put about $35,000 worth of work into it. Guys, just getting this house remediated for mold would have been half of that budget. You know, the other guy says $70,000. You know, so I just feel really good knowing and feeling that we got some companies in here to really get this work done, and just really making sure that everything in there was addressed and all my concerns were addressed. Some of the things that I did do that I'm not sure if you guys seen it yet or if we talked about this, I don't know, but I did take pictures of areas of the house that I was like, question, question. And they gave me great answers. Like, for instance, if I would have seen like a stain and stains on the plywood of the floor, I asked questions about it. Of course, those things are going to be cut out with the remediation, with the rebuilding process, with the team that comes in to rebuild everything. So, you know, I just made sure that I just kind of stayed on top of it. So with that also being said, this company, Parsons, also sent me the report for the mold, analysis. What is this called? Basically, they sent me the report. That measures like mold spores and such in the air. And they sent me how everything came out. And this was completed as of November 3rd. The samples were collected on November 1st. And basically it shows that everything came out great. I know y'all want more words than that. Let me see. Right here it says, the reporting limit is the lowest number of spores that can be detected based on the total volume of the sample collected and the percentage of the slide that is counted. Yeah, so they have a list of the things that were found and what they are. Like, for instance, Alternaria. I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of this stuff right. It says that is commonly found outdoors in soil and decaying plants. And indoors, it is commonly found on windowsills and other horizontal surfaces. So, you know, little things like that. So they explain some things. Myxomycetes found on decaying plant material and as a plant pathogen. So it has a color indicator where there's blue, green, orange, pink, and purple. One, blue is like water damage indicator. Green is common allergen. Orange is slightly higher than baseline. Pink is significantly higher than baseline. And purple is ratio abnormality. And on this report, we have nothing that is in the orange, pink, or purple, which would have been more of the risk factors. Everything is like green and some blues that shows like water damage indicator. So that's what we have, guys. I just wanted to go ahead and come up here and share that. Now, the next part of this piece is the rebuilding process, and we will come back at a later date and we will talk about that.